Yotsuba is going to be today's manga review. This is the second series by Koyohiko Azuma that I've read, the first being Azumanga Daioh. I'm unaware of any of the series that he has published, but this is amazing, and I'm going to go into detail and explain why I feel Yotsuba is amazing. This is a shonen series. It's currently 12 or 13 volumes, but I've read the first 9 volumes. It's arguably one of my top favourite shonen series of all time thus far. I absolutely love this series, and I've been meaning to talk about it on this channel for quite a while, since I have actually been reading the series for a while, and I feel that the 9 volumes that I have read is enough to do a comprehensive enough review of it. So we have the titular character Yotsuba herself, who you can see is a little green haired girl on the cover there, and Yotsuba has just moved to a new town with her dad, and that's basically how the story starts out. This, in terms of its genre, it's a comedy slice of life, and each chapter basically shows you a new day in her life. It basically follows a day by day daily routine of Yotsuba's life. And being a slice of life similar to Azumanga Daioh, it's very relatable. The characters are very endearing, and it's got that kind of humour that it's very down to earth, and that's what really makes this manga appealing. Basically, Yotsuba as a character, she's a 5-year-old little girl who's regarded as ignorant and naive for her age. She's always very inquisitive of the things in the world around her that she doesn't recognise or doesn't understand, like escalators, doorbells, really simple things like that. Even in the first volume, we get to see her a swing in the park for the first time. And this is basically the premise of Yotsuba as a character and why she's so endearing, because this manga basically follows her adventures and learning new things every day, things that the common person or the common child her age would already know. And what's really unique about Yotsuba is she's actually adopted, and her background, and her birth parents are completely unknown. And Yotsuba's father, makes a really sort of nonchalant comment about, or he just found her when he was working abroad. So that kind of adds to Yotsuba's quirkiness, because everybody can notice, even her father noticed that she's really quirky and quite strange. And upon meeting Yotsuba, people usually think that she's foreign and not actually Japanese, which isn't actually confirmed as of yet. So she strikes a very strong impression on people when she first meets them, and that's just what makes her a perfect character, because she's so unique. She stands out so much, and she's just so vibrant and just full of life and energetic. That's what I really, really love Yotsuba as a character, and I'm so emotionally invested in her as a character. And through her interactions with people around her, it also makes me enjoy those characters as well, as we've got a really nice ensemble cast of very, I feel, well-developed characters. Not developed in terms of their backstory. You don't need to know their backstories or what they're like, but the characters really shine through the personality, as this is just constantly told in the present. What you're reading is presently happening. There's no like backstories or flashbacks or anything like that. You learn and get to know the characters as the story and the days progressed, and that's how the characters develop, and that's what's really great about them. It makes it very relatable. So we have Yotsuba, we have her father, who is also quite eccentric and strange. He's a stay-at-home dad. He works from home, so he's kind of shown as like a stereotypical slacker, or within like a tank top and boxer shorts. But I do believe he works as a translator. But yeah, he's very quirky, and him and Yotsuba bounce off each other in the way they kind of interact. They've got a very similar sense of humour. Next door to them, we have the ISA family, which is a family we really get to know very well. We've got 3 sisters in the ISA family. We have Asagi, who is the oldest one, who Yotsuba classifies as the pretty one. We have the middle sister, Fuka, who Yotsuba classifies as the not pretty one. And then we have the youngest sister, Ena, who Yotsuba classifies as the small one. And we get to see on a daily basis Yotsuba interacting with these 3 sisters and their parents. because she's very overly familiar and will just basically just walk into their house, which does sound kind of rude, but the ISAs are so welcoming and regard Yotsuba just a member of the family, much to her father's dismay, who thinks, you know, oh, it's very rude to do that. But we get to see Yotsuba interact with each character. We get to know those characters, and it's just a brilliantly told story. There's no particular overarching plot, and that's what's so great about it, is that we're not going to a particular goal. So we really feel like we're just kind of along for the ride with Yotsuba, and there's no end. There's no end nearing. So yeah, it's just a really comfortable read. Now, unlike Azumanga Daioh, Yotsuba isn't told through the 4-koma format where you just have 4 panels on a page. So this basically gives Koihiko Azuma more artistic scope. So the environments are much more vibrant, the characters are much more detailed, but still remain that cartoony simplicity that Azumanga Daioh held, and that's something I really appreciate, as the artwork is essentially the same but just more advanced. And as you can see on the cover, I mean, the artwork is absolutely just fantastic. I really like the way Azuma expresses the characters. You know, the characters themselves are very, very expressive, both emotionally expressive and physically expressive, and you can see this in their facial reactions when Azuma shows the characters being, you know, like very energetic or very excited or very sad. The characters become like super deformed, the faces become very simplistic. Try to find an example. It's just done beautifully. As you can see there, Yotsuba's face, whenever she's shouting or, you know, high on energy, her face becomes super deformed, and I just love it because it just makes them much more cuter. This really does play on the whole moe sort of thing, but it isn't tropey like a lot of manga are, and that's what I really love about this. It's very unique, and because it's told on like a day-to-day basis, we get to see Yotsuba try out and do many different things. One character that I really love as well is the character Jumbo, who is Yotsuba's dad's, like one of his main friends, and he's a brilliant character. He's really, really tall, hence the nickname Jumbo. That's the nickname that Yotsuba gives him, and his interactions with Yotsuba are just absolutely fantastic. I really love Yotsuba's dad's other friend as well, Yanda. Yanda is a really interesting character because Yotsuba really doesn't like him, and Yotsuba sees him as a nemesis because Yanda's always playing tricks on her. Like he'll give her sweets and then like take them away just to piss her off. And it sounds really evil and devious, but it's so funny. Just their interactions are just absolutely brilliant. And yeah, I mean, it has a really good primary and secondary cast of characters. The characters really make this story for me, and what it lacks in story, it more than makes up for in its comedy and, you know, the adventures that Yotsuba has. You know, she does many different things, like in volume 9, which I just read, she goes on a hot air balloon ride. We see her go fishing, hunting for cicadas. We get to go see her go to a cultural festival. Just loads of different things that kids just love, and to see her enjoy these things and you kind of going along with the ride for you, you feel like you're there, you feel like you're experiencing it, you really do feel like you really know these characters. People for years have been wanting an anime adaptation of this, but unfortunately Azuma has noted twice, I believe, in like 2005 and 2008, that he doesn't feel like Yotsuba is suited to an anime. As when the Azumanga Daioh anime came out, I believe he was disappointed with it. So, I mean, it does have a CD that is basically like complimentary music that kind of goes with the kind of the air of what Yotsuba stands for. So if anybody's interested in that, I probably believe that's available. You could import it or something like that. But yeah, ultimately this is a fantastic manga. It's a manga about nothing, but it delivers everything. I'm so emotionally invested in this series, and unfortunately it doesn't come out as much. Volumes are very slow releasing, and it started in 2003 and it's only 13 volumes, so it's a slow series, but it's well worth getting into, and I highly recommend reading Yotsuba. Even if you feel it's out of your comfort zone, just give it a chance, as this is basically the epitome of slice of life. I mean, there are many different slice of life series now that feature, cute moe girls, and I think this is basically one of the ones that really started off, as it's just pure and innocent and just utterly delightful. I couldn't throw out any other adjectives that could, you know, praise this any more than I already have. So if you are interested in reading this, by all means, go out and support it. And by doing that, if you also want to support me, by all means, go ahead and click on my book depository affiliate link, which is in the description below. You can get free worldwide shipping, cheap manga, a massive catalogue of manga that I'm on there, basically just like Amazon but for books. I get commission off of every sale. So yeah, anyway, if you like this review and you think this is something you'd definitely be interested in, by all means, you know, drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you have read this, then obviously urge anybody else who's in the comment section to go out and buy this and, you know, pick this up and read it. So yeah, that's my review of Yotsuba, the first 9 volumes at least, and just generally my thoughts on the series from what I've read so far. So thanks for watching. Goodbye.